And welcome back, everybody. It is Talking Sports here. We're previewing all the college football games coming up, particularly in the SEC. Let's run through the rest of the East grades, the Florida Gators.
I'm going to have to give them a C-. Big bounce back last week for them, but we will know everything we need to know about Dan Mullins and the Florida Gators after this Saturday. I'm undecided. C-, not impressed with the Gators.
Yeah, that loss to Kentucky at home was pretty ugly. I'm going to give them a C. We're pretty much on the same page there. Let's switch gears and go to Kentucky. What about the Wildcats?
I got to give them an A-. This is a team that's 4-0. They have exceeded all the expectations. I love Benny Snell. This is a huge offensive line. And the kid on the outside, Allen, the defensive end, may be the best defensive end in the nation and a surefire top 10 pick when it comes to rushing the passer in the NFL, Kip. They got talent in Wildcat land. This ain't the same UK team no more.
Yeah, you got to give them an A. The only problem is Kentucky fans are starting to believe that's usually when they get
usually comes out from under
and they got South Carolina coming in this weekend. That's a game I'm looking forward to talking to you about. All right, let's move on and look at the rest of the teams. How about our favorites, those Tennessee Volunteers? Did we actually have an attack of lunacy last week and pick this team in that game?
10-2 right here in the last 3 weeks. For some reason, I took Auburn against LSU. And last week, Herb Winch is here on the show, along with Kip Keefer and the legend. All three take Tennessee. That's a bad sign. Whenever you hear all three people take it, run! But we took them, and they proved Rocky Flop
will always be at the bottom of the SEC.
Yep, they fooled us, but this team gets an F. This is a high school team, Kip.
Big Orange, awful.
Awful.
This might be Arkansas and Tennessee. They don't play in the regular season. It's too bad because these might be both winless teams in the SEC. That's how bad it is.
That's horrible. Vandy is no longer the bottom feeder to the SEC. It now belongs to Tennessee and Arkansas, and they're neck and neck to be the worst team in the history of this league.
Well, we got a good look at Missouri last week. What's your call there?
I'm going to give them a C-. This is still a dangerous team offensively. I think if not for a play or two where the referee blocked a Missouri player from tackling the Georgia player on the fumble run, Missouri's right in that game, but still a lot of ifs and ands on that team. I give them a C-.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a C+ because that was a nice road win at Purdue, and they gave Georgia a decent fight. But I still can't count on that defense to stop anybody that's competent on offense. Okay, let's move to the last two teams. We got Vandy.
I'm going to have to give them a C+. This is a Vandy team that's no longer the bottom feeder of the SEC. Love the little quarterback. Loves a few of the players on the outside. Defense very solid. Mason is making a difference down in Vandy, and this is a team that might make a bowl game this year, Kip.
Yeah, I'm going to give them a C as well. That was coming off the Notre Dame game where they played really well. Pretty disappointing performance at home against South Carolina last Saturday.
Yes, very disappointing.
And the Gamecocks is our last stop.
I'm going to give them a C+ too. I mean, they had a big win last week with Vandy, but you can't really say Vandy's that huge of a win. This is a South Carolina team that we will, just like the Florida Gators, know a lot about come Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, I'm gonna pretty much go the same route there. I'll give Carolina a B-. They didn't play very well against Georgia, but that was a nice road win. And like you said, we're going to know so much more about South Carolina and Kentucky. That's a huge game in the SEC East this week because probably it's the battle for the second spot in that division. All right, we only got about a minute to talk about the games in state here. We can extend, but not a whole lot to talk about.
Not a whole lot.
Alabama's got Louisiana Lafayette. That's somewhere between a Twinkie and a cheese Danish. They're
minus
49-point favorite.
Hey, that's how much Gus Malzahn got, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, this is ridiculous, Kip. I mean, I'm not going to bet this game because the Water Boy is going to be in on the third quarter. But I do like Southern Miss plus 27 against a struggling Auburn team. I think Auburn wins that game by 3 touchdowns, but I do like the 27 points in Southern Miss in that game.
You know, the Tigers won handily against Arkansas, 31-3, but they scored a couple of those touchdowns in the second half. Their defense, there's no question Auburn's defense is the real deal.
It's the real deal.
But this offense only averaged 2.1 yards per carry against the Hogs. not good at all.
No, this is not a good team. A lot of rumors, Auburn fans.
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Bryant.
We can talk about that when we come back. They guess who's coming to dinner on the
Uh-oh, I hear the bag phone ringing.
We got to get Danny Sheridan back on. We will continue right after these short messages. You're watching Talking Sports, and we will be right back.